Hello everyone, Miss D here. Today we're going over some basic algebra before we get started in our algebra and trigonometry class. And I am working on a new software and it's free online. It's called Twiddle. And my numbers will not be perfectly aligned. I just wanted to make sure you know that. So I will find a different solution as we're moving forward. But today my numbers will not be perfectly aligned, so please bear with me. Anyway, let's get started. On your PowerPoint, I have these equations. So we're just going to work through these equations so that you can be refreshed on some basic equations before we start dealing with quadratics. Okay, so our first equation is x minus 21 equals 50. So this is an equation. How you know it's an equation? Because it has the equal sign. So I like to just draw a line, because what I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So I see the operation is x minus 21. So what I want to do is get this number and this number all on the right side. And I want this x to be isolated by itself on the left side. So therefore, to do that, I'm going to say the opposite operation of a minus is a plus. So I'm going to say plus 21. And when I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to say a plus 21 on the other side. That brings the x here. These cancel out, the equal sign, and so this is 71. You erase that. The next equation is x divided by 5 equals 7. X divided by 5, the opposite operation is times 5. I'm going to put a 1 under here. Equals 7. I'm just copying this straight from the top one, times 5. And I'm going to put a 1 under here because what I do to one side, I must do to the other. So these two 5s cancel out. So this brings, I'm just bringing this x down, equals 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 over 1 is still x equals 35. Okay, the next equation is minus a variable. So what happens when you have a minus in front of a variable? It is assumed when you have a minus in front of a variable that there's a 1 there. So you have to put minus 1 minus x times minus x equals minus 1, because what you do to one side, you have to do to the other, times 4. This, on this particular side, this gives me x equals a minus 4. The next equation is x plus 2 equals 3. Okay, so to get all my numbers on the right and isolate this variable on the left, I must use the opposite operation of the plus, which is minus 2. When I do the one side, I have to do to the other. I'm going to bring down my x. These cancel out. Don't forget my equal sign. And the answer is x equals 1. The next equation is x plus 7 equals 15. All right, so I'm going to say minus 7 on one side and a minus 7 on the other side. Bring down my x. These cancel out, equals 8. X equals 8. Okay, the next equation is z plus 23 equal minus 10. Okay, now remember all of your rules for adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing whole and positive numbers. I mean positive and negative numbers. I'm sorry, positive and negative numbers. So opposite operation of plus is minus 23 and a minus 23 on this side. So what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Bring down my z. These are canceled out. Equal and this is a minus 33. So z equals minus 33. All right, the next equation is 1 minus x equals minus 2 times x minus 4. Okay, so when you have an equation like this one, what you want to do is you want to look on the one side and see if you can simplify any of these items on one side, and you can't. So 1 minus x equals will stay the same way. Now when you look on this side, can you simplify anything here? And you absolutely can, because you could say 2 minus 2 times x equals 2x, and minus 2 times 4 is a plus 8. So you want, the first step is you want to make sure that you're simplifying your items. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to put all of your x's, because you have an x on this side and an x on this side. You want all of your x's to be on one side and all of your numbers to be on the other side. So to do this, you have a positive 1, so I'm going to put a minus 1 here. Okay, so what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. All right, and I'm putting this under the whole number, and this is the whole number here. You don't want to put the 1 here because it has the x. It's not like numbers here. Okay, this has a variable and this is a variable. All right, so this becomes minus x equals 2x plus 7. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to say minus 2 on this side. So we have the minus 2 on this side. These two are going to cancel out. I'm sorry, I forgot my x here. Minus 2x on this side, minus 2x on that side. Okay, this gives me an x on this side equals 7. So the answer is x equals 7. Okay, so you minus 2x here, you minus 2x here, because what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. All right. All right, the next one is a little longer, so please bear with me. I may have to rewrite some of these numbers once we solve. So it's minus 28 plus 6n equals 2n minus 5 times 5 minus 5 times minus 5 n minus 7 close parentheses. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is I always just draw this line. All right, so the first thing you want to do is look on one side of the equation. Can I combine or simplify any of this? And I cannot. So minus 28 will just stay the same, plus 6n. It's going to stay the same, and bring my equal sign over. Okay, so on this side, I can't do anything with this 2n, but look, I can distribute this minus 5 times minus 5n, so that equals a plus 25n plus 5 minus 5 times minus 7 is a plus 35. Okay, now what we want to do, can we combine like items? And yes, we can, because 2n and 25, they both have the variable and they both have a number. So this is 27n. So now what I'm going to do is just go back over here. Let me go up and get my pencil again. Minus 28 plus 6n equals 27n, because we solved for this first, plus 35. Okay. Now, what we want to do is get all of these variables on one side. So, what I want to do is get the n on this side and all the numbers on this side. So, I'm going to say minus 27. Okay, on that side, and I'm going to say minus 27 on this side. Okay, I don't want to forget my n's. Okay, so these are going to cancel out. All right, 6n minus 27n is minus 21n. Please forgive me because I'm trying to get used to writing with this mouse. So it's a little difficult. This is a 28 plus 21n. This canceled out. I need the equals 35. And I need to rewrite this because this is getting a little long. So clear the board. I'm going to rewrite it. Minus 28 plus a minus 21n equals 35. All right. Now what we still want to do is we need to get this number and this over on this side. Okay. So we're going to say plus 28. Okay. On one side, let me draw my line and say plus 28 on this side. So we know these cancel out each other. This brings 21n equals 63. All right. Now what we want to do is isolate this n. So this is multiplication, so we divide 21. And I forgot to bring down my minus, so let me make sure I do this. All right. Divided by a minus 21. On this side I have n equals minus 3. Clear the board on this. All right, that was a fairly long one. So the next one is a minus 14 plus z equals minus 5. Let me clear that board. That doesn't look right. And you know what? My time is almost up, so I'll see you in the next lesson for problem number 6. Thank you, and have a great day. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.